So dear students, welcome to my YouTube channel PCM Academy. Myself Prosenjit Mulli, Chemistry and Physics. And we are in a lecture series on Newton's law for JEE Main, NEET and JEE Advanced also. In the previous class I have discussed about motion of lift. And today I will discuss about some problems based on a mass pulley system. But the concept of, when I will introduce the concept of constraint motion, then I like to solve more complicated problem on mass pulley system. But today is a very fundamental class about mass pulley system. And the systems that I am going to discuss here will be involving with one pulley only. But when we talk about the constraint motion, we can introduce more than one pulley, that is 2 or 3 pulley in a system. That I will discuss later on, okay, after introducing the constraint motion. But now let me discuss about the very fundamental thing, very basic thing about mass pulley system. Okay, so let me start with the topic of mass pulley system. Mass pulley system. Okay, so there should be various cases. Okay, let me take case 1. Case 1 is simple, the most general case, more well known case you can say. Okay, that is a pulley and two masses are hanging like this. One is mass m1 and another is mass m2. And let me assume that m2 is greater than m1. m2 is greater than m1. Okay, so if m2 is greater than m1, then the system will be accelerated along this direction. Let me assume that the acceleration of this m1 is upward and the acceleration of m2 is downward, and the acceleration will be same in both sides. Why the acceleration will be same? Because the displacement of each and every mass will be same, because the length of the string or the length of the wire is fixed. And mathematically I can show you why this acceleration are same, but I will discuss it in the within the concept of constant motion. Okay, but here this is very simple. The displacement will be same, so the velocity will be same, so the acceleration will be same. Okay, because the string is inextensible, and some assumptions are here. You know, I have already tell that here the system, here the surface is frictionless, and the mass of the wire or the mass of the rope is negligible. Okay, so in that condition we have to understand the equation of motion and what is the tension on the string and what is the acceleration of each and every block. So what are the forces that are acting over here? For mass m1, the tensional force T is acting upwards, because the tensional force always acting upward directions away from the object, and here is m1g. Similarly, here also the tensional force will be upward direction, and weight is m2g. So this is actually the free body diagram. You can say of the masses that are acting, the forces that are acting here. You can draw the free body diagram of m1 and m2 separately, but here we don't need to do this because this is very simple system, and you can say from here that the motion is along the mass, the m1 mass is accelerated upward. So you can apply the Newton's second law here. Summation Fy is equal to ma, and here summation Fy is T minus m1g. So T minus m1g is equal to m1a. So T you can say m1g plus m1a. This is our equation 1. And if we talk about the mass m2, then here the motion is along the downward direction. So if we apply here also summation Fy is equal to ma, but here the actually you can say may. Okay, may, and ay is a here and ay is also a here, but positive direction we will take here along the downward direction, because the acceleration is along downward direction, and I have told you earlier that we will always take the positive direction along the acceleration. So what will be the summation Fy? Summation Fy will be m2g minus t, and that will be m2a. Okay, so if we again take t, then t will be m2g minus m2a. This is your equation 2. Now if we solve equation 1 and 2, we will get tension as well as acceleration A. So let me solve equation 1 and equation 2. This is very simple problem, basic problem, but we should solve some basic problems first, then we will discuss about more complicated problem involving constant equation. Okay, so let me equate the right hand side of equation 1 and 2. That will be m1g plus m1a is equal to m2g minus m2a. m2g minus m2a. So it will be m1a plus m2a is equal to m2g minus m1g. So if we take common a, then a into m1 plus m2 is equal to m2 minus m1 into g. So it will be a is equal to m2 minus m1 into g divided by m2 plus m1. So this will be the acceleration of each and individual block of mass m1 and m2. Now what will be the tensional force? If we substitute this value here, we will get T. Okay. So what will be the tension in this string? So tension will be m1g plus m1 into m2 minus m1 into g divided by m2 plus m1. Okay. So it will be m1 m2g plus m1 square g plus m1 m2g and minus m1 square g divided by m1 plus m2. So m1 square g will be cancelled out, and it will be 2 m1 m2g divided by m1 plus m2. So it will be 2 m1 m2g divided by m1 plus m2. So this will be the tension in the string, and the tension in both sides will be same because the string is massless and there is no friction. So the tension in the each side will be same, and this will be the acceleration. So this is how we can solve the problems like this, and you can save your time by finding the acceleration directly again here. Let me say the shortcut method. You can use the method by using your very fundamental concept, okay, such that some time you can save in your competitive exam. So let me tell you the method. Okay, so what was the system? That is the pulley, and two masses are hanging like this. One is m1 and another is m2. Okay, now m2 is greater than m1, I have said earlier. So what will be the acceleration? How can you write the expression of acceleration directly? We know acceleration is nothing but F net divided by mass. This is very basic thing about Newton's second law. So what is the F net? Here, in the downward direction, in this direction there is m2g, okay, and in this direction there is m1g. So what is the net force on the system? On the system, the net force is m2g minus m1g. You can say net pulling force. You can say this F net is actually net pulling force. Okay, net pulling force divided by total mass to be pulled. You can say total mass to be pulled. So what is the net pulling force? Net pulling force is m2g minus m1g, because m2g in this direction and m1g in this direction. So m2g pulling, what is the pulling force? m1g is pulling in upward direction and m2g is in downward direction. So net pulling force will be downward direction, that is m2g minus m1g, and divided by total mass to be pulled, that is m1 plus m2. Okay, so you can find directly acceleration like this. So m2 minus m1 into g divided by m1 plus m2. So your calculation will be sumless. Okay, because once you know the acceleration, then you need only one free body diagram and one equation, that is for this or this. So you can easily find the tensional force from here, that is T1 minus m1g is equal to m1a. Now you put a here, you will get T1, that is also T, that is 2 m1 m2g, I have calculated earlier, divided by m1 plus m2. You will get the result easily. Okay, so you can use this trick, that is net pulling force divided by total mass to be pulled, and you can find the result directly. Okay, I will show the next cases also. I will tell you both the each and every problem. I will tell you both the method. Okay, so now let me move to the next case, that is case 2. Okay, I will move to next that is case 2. So now let me discuss the next case. Okay, case 2. So here one surface is with the flat surface, horizontal surface, another is a vertical line, and the masses is sliding through the pulley like this, and you know the pulley is frictionless, all the surfaces are frictionless. Okay, in Newton's law I have told earlier that all the surfaces we have taken are frictionless. So again we have to find out the tension in the string and the acceleration of each and every object. So what will be the acceleration? You can see that the acceleration will be in this direction. Okay, and the tension for this mass will be in this direction, and this mass will be in this direction, because tensional force is always away from the object, I have told earlier. And here one force is m2g, and here also along the vertical direction there will be some force. One is normal direction n, another is m1g, but these forces are not effective for the motion along the vertical direction, because the motion is along the vertical direction. So what will be the equation of motion for m1? For m1 only one force along x-axis, so it will be t only. The summation fx is equal to, if you take summation fx is equal to ma, then summation fx is nothing but only t, and max you can say, and ax is a, so it will be m1a, equation 1. And for this object we should apply summation fy is equal to ma y, and summation fy is nothing but m2g minus t, because the motion is in the downward direction, so we will take downward direction as positive direction, so it will be m2g minus t will be ma, so m2a actually. Okay, m2a. So this is our equation 2. Now again we have to solve equation 1 and 2, and we will get t and a. So if we put the value of t over here, we will get a, so it will be m2g minus m1a is equal to m2a, so it will be m2g is equal to m1 plus m2 into a, so a will be m2g divided by m1 plus m2. Now if we put the value of a in equation 1, you will get t will be what? m1 into a, so you will substitute this value, so m1 into a means m2g divided by m1 plus m2, so this will be the tension in the string, and this is the acceleration. Now again you can find the acceleration directly. So if you can find the acceleration directly, then you will get tension from this equation directly. How can we find this acceleration directly? You can write again what I have said earlier, that A is equal to net pulling force divided by total mass. So what is the net pulling force here? Here the net pulling force is only one force, that is m2g. There is no pulling force here because this is on the horizontal surface. So only one pulling force, that is m2g. And what is the total mass? Total mass is nothing but m1 plus m2. So you can write acceleration directly, okay, by using net pulling force divided by total mass to be pulled. So this is the second case. Now let me discuss something more about this mass pulley system. There is another two cases will possible, and I am again saying that here only one pulley is involved. If more than one pulley is involved, we need more analysis, and that should be possible only by introducing the concept of constant motion. And I will discuss the very next class. Okay, so two things are left here, two very important concept you can say, most basically for your JEE main and advanced. Okay, the two topics are left here still now, and the two topics are, one is the concept of pseudo force and another is the constant equation or the constant motion. So these are the very important, and some complicated problems can be asked from these topics in your competitive exam. So for competitive exam purpose, these two are very important topics. One is introduction of pseudo force and the problems involving pseudo force. The problems are asked sometimes in non-inertial frame, and the another is the constant equation, that more and constants are also two types. One is the mass pulley constant, another is the wedge constant. I will discuss all the thing later on. Okay, so first let me move to another case of mass pulley system. For simple mass pulley system, you can say where one pulley is involved only. Okay, so these are very fundamental things, very basic things. We have to analysis this thing first, and then only we can move to the next level of problems. Okay, so case 3 you can say. Case 3. Okay, let me put like this. Okay, this angle is theta, and let me say here is the pulley, and our object is along the inclined surface. Let me tell this as M2, and another is along this direction. This is M1. Okay, or you can say this is M2, this is M1, nothing. Okay, M2 and M1. So now the direction of the acceleration will be in this direction. Okay, in this direction. So what will be the forces acting? For M1, one force is tensional force, obviously in this direction, and another is along this direction. And along this direction, what will be the force? Along inclined plane. Do you know what is the force along inclined plane? Let me analyze this thing first. What is the force along inclined plane? If this is an inclined plane like this, F angle theta, and here is the mass M. So what are the forces acting on this? One is the normal direction along this direction, and the mg along this direction. So if this angle is theta, we can prove that by your fundamental geometry that this angle is also theta. So what will be the two components of mg? One is mg cos theta along this direction, another is mg sin theta. Mg sin theta along this direction. Okay, so what will be the acceleration along the inclined plane? So along inclined plane, if you put summation f is equal to ma. So what is the summation f here? Summation f is mg sin theta, and acceleration is along this direction. So summation f is nothing but mg sin theta, and that will be equal to ma. So mm will be cancelled out, and a will be g sin theta. A will be g sin theta. So the acceleration along the inclined plane of a freely falling object will be g sin theta, and a force, the component of force mg, actually the component mg along the along the horizon along the inclined plane will be mg sin theta. So here along this direction the force will be m1g sin theta. Are you understanding? Here this will be mg sin theta because the angle is theta. Here m1g sin theta because the angle is theta and the mass is m1. So you have to remember this thing. Okay, that along the inclined plane, one component of weight will be m1g or mg sin theta, you can say. Okay, so this is the fundamental of this. So you should remember this thing. Okay, so now but for this object, here will be m2g and another will be t. Okay, now you should write the equation of motion and you should solve the equation. So what will be the equation of motion for m1? For m1, the acceleration along this direction, so this will be the positive direction. So t minus m1g sin theta, t minus m1g sin theta will be m1a. This will be our equation 1, and the equation 2 will be m2g minus t. Okay, m2g minus t will be m2a. This is our equation 2. Now again you have to solve this two equation and you will get the result of t and a. So I have left this thing for your homework. But if I want to write the acceleration directly, I can use my formula that A is equal to net pulling force divided by total mass divided by total mass to be pulled. So what is the net pulling force here? Net pulling force is, here is m2g and in this direction that is m1g. So it will be m2g minus m1g sin theta. minus m1g sin theta divided by total mass is m1 plus m2. So this will be your acceleration, and you can write it in the form like this: m2 minus m1 sin theta into g. You can write the equation like this also. Okay, so now if we substitute here a or here a, you will get t easily. But you can solve these two equation also separately, and you will get t and a here. You don't need to use this formula. But if you want to save your time little bit, okay, then you can use this formula, net pulling force, that you can get the acceleration directly. Sometimes you need the acceleration directly. Okay, so you can find the acceleration from here directly. Okay, and you should use this acceleration, any one of this equation, you will get t. Okay, now if we take the system most general case, that is case 4, this is the most general case of these 4 cases, and I will tell you why this is most general case. This is the most general case if two sides are inclined at an angle. Okay, so let me, two sides are now inclined, and this side is theta as I have said, and let me say this side as phi. Okay, and here is the pulley. So this is the mass m2, and this is the mass m1. Okay, m1, and let me take the acceleration is along this direction, because here the direction of acceleration will depend on many things. Depends on m1, depends on m2, depends on phi, theta, etc. So let me assume that the acceleration is along this direction. Okay, so what will be the equation of motion for this object? You can see in this direction this is m1g sin theta, this direction it will be t, and for this along this direction t, along this direction it will be m2g sin phi. So what will be the equation of motion for this object? We have t minus m1g sin theta is equal to m1a, and for this object it will be m2g sin phi minus t is equal to m2a. Okay, now again you should solve this two equation, you will get t and a. But again if you want to write a directly, then what will be a? It will be net pulling force. What will be the net pulling force? It's m2g sin phi minus m1g sin theta. It will be m2g sin phi minus m1g sin theta minus m1g sin theta divided by m2 plus m1, or you can write it in your conventional fashion, that is m2 sin phi minus m1 sin theta into g divided by m2 plus m1. Okay, so this will be the acceleration, and if you substitute this value here or here, you will get t. Okay, if you substitute here a or here a, you will get t easily. And now let me discuss about why I am saying that this is the more general case. Because if you once write the acceleration for this system, you can easily write the acceleration for all other system from here. Okay, let me give you the path that how you can get. So what is our previous diagram? Our previous diagram was like this. You can see this was our previous diagram, where this angle is theta, this there was pulley, here is mass I think m2, and here was mass m1. Now what will be the acceleration here? We have the acceleration here in this direction, this is m1g sin theta, and along this direction m2g. So what was our acceleration? Net pulling force, that was m2 minus m1 sin theta divided by m1 plus m2, and you will get this result from here, because in this case you can see this phi is 90 degree here, this phi is 90 degree. Now if we put phi 90 over here, you will get this. Can you see? Here phi is 90 degree. If you put sin phi phi is 90 degree, then sin 90 will be what? 1. So m2 minus m1 sin theta divided by m2 plus m1. So you can move from this expression to this expression. Now if you remember the previous diagram, before this, what was the diagram? The diagram was like this. Okay, the diagram was like this. So this was our m2 and this was our m1. So now you can see one angle is 90 degree, m2 is 90 degree. With m2 the angle is 90 degree. With m1 the angle is 0 degree. You can see this is phi 90 degree, but if we put this like along the horizontal, so what is actually the thing? This line is now converted into this. So with the horizontal there is no angle, so phi will be 0 here. So if you put phi will be 0 and theta will be 90 degree, and here m1 and m2 you should replace this as m2 and this as m1, then the expression will be more correct. This was actually if you tell it in this side this is m1, so this should be m1 and this should be m2. So what will be this? If we put theta as 90 degree, theta is 0 degree, okay, theta is 0 degree and phi is 90 degree. One is theta and the phi. One is 90 degree and another is 0 degree. So you can see from here that for theta is equal to 0 degree, sin 0 is 0, and for phi is equal to 90 degree, what? Sin 90 is 1. So it will be only m2g divided by m1 plus m2, and this is the expression. Okay, so you can substitute the mass, okay, with the proper thing that here is present. So let me understand it clearly. I think the thing will be not clear to you. Let me understand it more clearly. What was our system previously? Previously our system was like this. Our system was like this. Here I have taken mass m1, that was the problem, and here I have taken mass m2. But here you can see this side the mass is m1 and this side the mass is m2. So to tell you with this, I should replace this as m2 and this as m1. So now our intuition or our experience of the previous problems, what will be the acceleration? Acceleration will be net pulling force, that is m1g divided by total mass, that is m1 plus m2. Now I can reach this expression from here. So what will be the theta here? Theta is the mass where theta is the angle of that side where the mass m1 is present. So here the mass m1 is present. So what is theta? Theta is 90 degree here. And what is phi for this? Phi is 0 degree. So now if you should put, okay, so you will get the result that this will be m1 phi is, yes, phi is 0 degree. So if we put phi 0 degree, then a will be, yes, 0 minus m1 sin theta, it should be minus m1 sin 90, yes, into g divided by m1 plus m2. So it will be minus m1g divided by m1 plus m2. And why the minus sign? Because here the acceleration is this direction and here the acceleration is along this direction. So the minus sign is appearing. This is the acceleration is in different direction. If we take the acceleration along this direction, okay, then it will be exactly same with this, then the positive sign will appear. So there is no issue. But you will get always the expression from here to the other cases. Similarly, for the first case, for the first case, if we talk about for the first case, what is the expression? For the first case, the expression was like this. So this is our mass m1 and this is our mass m2. So the acceleration will be net pulling force in this direction m2g and here is m1g. So it should be m2g minus m1g divided by m1 plus m2. m1 plus m2, you can write this like this, m2 minus m1 into g divided by m1 plus m2. And now you can understand that here theta and phi both are 90 degree because these are vertically downwards. So theta is also 90 degree and phi is also 90 degree. So sin 90 is 1, sin 90 is 1, so it will be m2 minus m1 divided by m1 plus m2. Okay, so this is all about the mass pulley system. When one pulley is involved but the surface are in different orientation. Sometimes it is vertically, sometimes the one is horizontal surface, another is vertical surface, sometimes two surfaces are inclined. Okay, both the surfaces are inclined. So the surfaces are in various orientation, but only